Emergency chaos has just erupted across the WWE Universe as the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, made his long-awaited and thunderous return to SmackDown, and this wasn't just a simple comeback, this was a calculated declaration of war. Roman Reigns didn't just walk back into WWE, he stormed through its front door with the most dangerous and lethal version of the bloodline the world has ever witnessed. This was a spectacle that left fans gasping and left the entire WWE locker room in stunned silence. You won't believe who emerged at his side as he unveiled a rebuilt and more violent version of the OG bloodline, engineered with surgical precision to destroy anything that stands in its way. With Solo Sikoa running roughshod over SmackDown alongside his rogue unit of Tomatanga, Tongaloa, Jeff Cobb, and the destructive newcomer Talatanga, while Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Bron Breakker wreak havoc on Raw, Roman Reigns found himself surrounded on all sides, his empire fractured, his legacy under siege, and his enemies multiplying. But in classic Tribal Chief fashion, he didn't beg for backup. He built an arsenal. Roman's answer to the chaos wasn't to plead or posture, it was to return with reinforcements so fearsome, so explosively dangerous, that even the most hardened warriors would hesitate before crossing them. And when the lights went out during Solo's cocky mid-ring promo, the arena held its breath. The silence was deafening. Then, in a split-second flash, the lights returned, and standing under the blinding spotlight was Roman Reigns, flanked by the unholy duo of Jacob Fatu and Zilla Fatu, both geared in intimidating, unified bloodline attire. The message was simple, terrifying, and unmistakable. Roman leaned into the mic with his signature cold glare and growled, "Welcome to the real bloodline." Then the onslaught began. Before Solo could react, Zilla Fatu launched himself with a savage dropkick that sent Solo crashing through the barricade like a ragdoll, while Jacob Fatu demolished Tomatanga in a brutal flurry that left him crumpled on the mat, broken and defeated. The arena exploded with shock and awe as the crowd roared with adrenaline-fueled disbelief. Roman stood tall over the wreckage, mic in hand, declaring with spine-chilling finality, "This isn't a takeover. This is an execution." What followed was the end of an era and the beginning of something far more terrifying. The show faded out with the new OG bloodline towering over Solo's shattered faction, Roman's fist raised high as chants of "Acknowledge me" echoed like thunder through the stands. This moment didn't just shake WWE's foundations, it shattered them. For massive aftershocks are already reshaping the entire landscape. First, the Fatu brothers have arrived with an intensity and violence unmatched in today's WWE. Jacob brings brute force and fury while Zilla injects speed and unfiltered aggression, together forming a war machine. Second, Paul Heyman faces an impossible dilemma. How do you outwit your former client when he's brought the nuclear option back into the fold? Third, Solo Sikoa, who once believed he was the heir to the throne, now faces a reckoning of historic proportions. His power is crumbling and his family's loyalty has been split wide open. And fourth, the implications for SummerSlam are seismic, with rumors of a potential multi-man main event featuring championship consequences, betrayal, and revenge. Insider reports suggest Roman secretly orchestrated this return for months, personally recruiting the Fatu brothers in silence and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. That moment came like a hurricane. Within minutes of their appearance, social media detonated with #RealBloodline trending globally. Fans everywhere instantly understood that something monumental had shifted. With Jacob and Zilla now under his command, Roman Reigns has reclaimed his throne with ruthless dominance and turned the WWE summer into a battlefield drenched in family blood and tribal vengeance. The real question now, who has the strength, the will, or the numbers to stop them? Choose your side now. Drop a palm tree emoji if you stand with Roman's true bloodline, or a skull emoji if you ride with Solo's rebellious crew. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because when these Samoan Titans clash again, it won't just be a match, it will be a war, and you'll want to witness every second of it. Emergency alert across the WWE Universe, everything has changed. The Tribal Chief has returned not with humility or caution, but with thunderous vengeance, and this wasn't just a comeback, it was a declaration of annihilation. Roman Reigns didn't merely show up, he erupted back onto SmackDown in a moment that will be talked about for years, crashing through the chaos with a version of the bloodline so lethal, so violently restructured, that it instantly shifted the tectonic plates of WWE's power hierarchy. The WWE Universe is still breathless, still stunned, still trying to piece together what they just witnessed, because what happened on SmackDown wasn't just the return of a legend, it was the rebirth of a legacy forged in fire, betrayal, and war. Reigns re-emerged at a moment when his throne seemed all but lost, surrounded on all sides by treachery and rebellion. Solo Sikoa had gone rogue, carving out his own version of the bloodline, stacking his ranks with dangerous enforcers like Tomatanga, Tongaloa, Jeff Cobb, and the merciless Talatanga, using brute force to dominate SmackDown and terrorize anyone who dared stand against them. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins and his chaotic Money in the Bank faction had aligned with the likes of Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed to seize control of Raw, plunging both brands into a whirlwind of fractured alliances and unpredictable aggression. With Roman seemingly absent and his empire unraveling at the seams, many believed the tribal chief had finally fallen, dethroned by time and betrayal. But Roman Reigns had not vanished. He had been waiting, watching, calculating every move, and preparing something devastating in silence. The solution wasn't diplomacy or a rally cry, it was destruction. When the lights cut out during Solo Sikoa's smug, defiant promo in the center of the ring, the energy in the arena turned electric with confusion. Fans reached for their phones, commentators fell silent, and a chilling anticipation gripped everyone. Then, like thunder cracking across the sky, the lights returned, and standing under the spotlight, radiating menace and control, was Roman Reigns, flanked by the terrifying and unstoppable brother duo of Jacob Fatu and Zilla Fatu, each clad in fresh, intimidating bloodline gear, standing shoulder to shoulder with the man they now served not just as family, but as warriors. This wasn't a nostalgic reunion. This was a cold, merciless unveiling of the next era of domination. Roman Reigns stepped forward, his voice low and feral, and with MIC in hand, growled the words that froze the entire WWE universe in place: "Welcome to the real bloodline." Then the violence began. Before Solo could react, Zilla Fatu launched himself like a missile, drop-kicking his former ally through the barricade in an explosion of debris and chaos, sending fans in the front rows scattering in shock. At the same moment, Jacob Fatu delivered a savage onslaught to Tamatanga, dismantling him with the kind of brutality that leaves careers in question. The arena exploded in disbelief and awe as Roman Reigns stood tall amidst the wreckage, coldly surveying the carnage like a war general reclaiming age.